Each financial crisis is different, yet they all feature financial institutions making promises they can't keep. This is a sure bet. My strategy beats the market. This loan is AAA. Our capital's adequate. Your money's safe. Don't worry. Well, we're worried. The financial market has melted down, and with it, trust in a system that routinely borrows short and lends long, guaranteeing repayment yet investing at risk. It's a system virtually designed for hucksters, with limited liability, fractional reserves, off-balance sheet bookkeeping, insider rating, kickback accounting, sales-driven bonuses, non-disclosure, director sweetheart deals, pension benefit guarantees, and government bailouts. It's a Wonderful Life, the beloved Christmas movie, showed just where this can lead. An otherwise honest banker, George Bailey, played by Jimmy Stewart, confessing to a mob of angry demand depositors that, in fact, he'd lied, that Bailey Savings and Loan can't return all their money on demand. Despondent and about to take his life, God sends an angel to save George and his bank just in the nick of time. The movie's ending is happy, but its underlying message is not. Our financial system, as designed, is fantastically fragile, perched atop a pillar of trust that can instantly be undermined. Check that. Was undermined. For here we sit with our financial pillar in ruins, watching Uncle Sam desperately trying to glue the pieces back together. It's not Bailey Savings and Loan. Uncle Sam's strategy, fight each financial fire one by one and rebuild the old system pretty much as was, is deeply misguided. It treats the symptoms, not the disease, and will leave us financially and fiscally weaker. The financial community has close ties to Sam, marked by massive campaign contributions to both parties, and is working overtime to make sure Sam doesn't rock their boat. Their mantra is, the financial crisis was caused by a housing bubble, spurred by the Federal Reserve's low interest rate policy and lax regulatory oversight. The system is fundamentally sound and critical to our economy. We haven't seen anything like this in 80 years. Yes, some bad apples took on too much leverage, but trust us. We're doing God's work. We'll make sure it doesn't happen again. We bankers know what we're doing, and our financial judgment is critical for allocating credit and choosing investments. The notion that bankers know what they're doing or can keep this from happening again is risible, given everything we've seen. And the proposition that banking as usual is essential to our economy as opposed to extremely dangerous is predicated on a quaint view of banks that bears little resemblance to today's reality. Bailey Savings and Loan is not your local bank. Your local bank is Bank of America, Citigroup, J.P. Morgan Chase, or one of the other 10 largest banking conglomerates, whose headquarters are hundreds, if not thousands of miles away, and who have taken over most of the banking business. And Jimmy Stewart, the honest, warm, kind, and trusting soul, is not your local banker. Jimmy Stewart is dead. Your local banker is some underpaid clerk who's been in place for 6 months and knows nothing about you, your family, or your business, and frankly could care less. His job is not to apply personal knowledge in deciding to lend you money or call your loan. His task is to plug your credit rating, income, loan request, appraisals, and other data into a computer and tell you what the computer tells him, namely how much you can borrow and at what rate. Our bankers are desperately attached to the current system for good reason. It lets them socialize risks and privatize profits. Socializing risk means having the public take the hit when things go south. Privatizing profits means earning big fees in normal times when the economy generates positive and high returns on investments. This is by no means to suggest a conspiracy of bankers, but rather to point out that bankers, like members of other professions, are self-interested and have managed to set up a system that works for them, even if it doesn't work for the country. Nor do I imply that bankers, as a group, lack financial judgment, integrity, or a social conscience. Most are fine people doing their best by their clients. But their ranks, particularly their top ranks, include a remarkably large number of fast-talking con artists, riverboat gamblers, and highwaymen whom you'd never trust with your money, let alone your kids, if you really got to know them.